I do have a quick question before we start, Alex.
I hope I have a quick answer.
Is this a meme about Waluigi joining Smash?
Is he joining Smash, Henry?
The background meme here in the.
That would be what would happen if he were to join.
Yeah.
He would murder everybody.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then gleefully shout, "Waluigi is the winner!"
I had a really funny joke, and then it failed on delivery. So we're just gonna walk past that real quick.
So, before we get started here, gilded gift of glitter gold, great grinning god of yore, grant good luck to young and old, gleam gold and gain galore.
That's great.
That was what I meant.
I get a nat 1 to use whenever I want.
That makes me sad. There's something I want all day.
There's maybe.
All right. So a number of things happened last time. We started out with Boggly manifesting himself
Yeah, I should.
as another personality for a better word.
What's his name? Boggly?
Boggly.
Devil Boggly.
Oh boy.
He's very excited to serve you guys in whatever capacity.
He is definitely not Mark Zuckerberg in a purple hood.
This particular incident happened at Daggerford, which is about the halfway point between Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep. And during that time, a female rock gnome joined the caravan.
Oh yeah.
Definitely wasn't suspicious.
Absolutely not suspicious.
Coincidentally, one of the wagons was damaged in some way that was had nothing to do with tampering.
Had nothing to do with tampering.
Looked natural.
Absolutely 100% natural. You guys spied several valuables, as did a lot of the caravan, in one of the crates that they were shipping to Waterdeep, including the Gauntlet of Torm, which the party took an interest in. And then they took the opportunity to cook up a scheme to sneak and reclaim the Gauntlet of Torm, working with several of the other travelers in the caravan. There was also an incident where there was a large storm, and the countryside became blanketed in mushrooms, specifically shriekers. But the party was able to keep their cool and help the caravan through that without panicking, which was for the boon of everyone.
It was quite good. Was that where we ended? Was on the mushrooms?
No, where you ended was right after you guys were finished cooking up your scheme.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Which Bade invited himself along to be a part of.
Oh, he did.
But he gets along pretty well with Corden, so it's probably okay.
But not so well with Ravon.
And I think Ravon also the last session transitioned employment from Bade to Nuhar and Selvik.
Yes.
The two Moon Elf siblings who are transporting the exotic wood.
Maybe that action would kind of lessen the tension between you and Bade now that you're not employee or employee.
Yeah, you would think. You never know, though.
He doesn't seem the type to hold grudges.
No, definitely not.
Ravon does, though.
What makes you say that?
You did shoot Corden in the back.
Lies. Dog is chewing that freaking.
We start out this week of caravanning. Can I ask all of you make a charisma check?
Ooh.
Oh, sure. Come on. Character sheets.
Quite good at these. How did I do? Oh, there we go.
You pass. I'll make a check for Gedwin.
It's really convenient of him to have a stomach ache when he's kind of crucial to this plan.
Yeah, it's not convenient.
Well, he might show up an hour late, like his planned.
Hopefully.
Maybe I'll read After School Bitchcraft illegally and not buy it. That sounds good to me. Ron, is that for your charisma check?
No, that was for my glittering gold.
Oh, that's right.
Did I miss a charisma check?
Yes, you should make a charisma check. Also, according to his character sheet, Gedwin is noblesse oblige, so that's fun.
Oh my.
Oh. Hello.
Wow.
All right.
Wowie.
In that case, Corden, make an insight check.
Oh boy. Okay. Inside.
All right.
Wow. Holy moly. This is
I'm so good.
So, Corden, over the course of this week of traveling, you notice that the cultists are paying you a lot more attention than they have for the entire rest of the journey. You don't know if this is because of how you reacted upon discovering they were holding the Gauntlet of Torm, but this entire week there's been a lot more whispering and dark glares in your direction from the members of the cultist caravan. There hasn't been any sort of public outcry against you from them, but you definitely are starting to feel unsettled with how much negative attention you're just receiving from them.
Well,
they seem to be paying the most attention to you during when you're eating, sleeping, and who you're talking to. And along with that, as the week goes on, when you start approaching the end of the week, the Friday, Saturday, they start paying attention to Bade and Lai more heavily as you spend a lot of time with those two members of the caravan in particular.
That sounds fine. Everything's okay. Nothing bad will happen. Promise.
It serves as the perfect distraction.
And I would like you to make a perception check as well,
Okay.
with advantage, since you have your shield.
I do. Alright, perception.
Wow.
Son of a bitch. God.
Which one do you want to take?
I'm gonna take the one with advantage.
Okay.
Well, even though you are more aware of the attention the cultists are giving you, you don't particularly notice them taking any untoward action during this week. You don't know if they're just buying their time, if they don't want to create some sort of disturbance that would make them the target of the rest of the caravan. Especially when they're so far from Daggerford and Baldur's Gate at this point. But you don't see anything untoward.
They're just pissy because they know I'm gonna crack them up if they show me that they're gauntlet again. Surely nothing can go wrong.
On the final day of traveling, it's good weather during the day. Everyone in the caravan's able to get an early start.
I'm just curious. Am I supposed to be making insight checks with him?
No.
Okay. What was the charisma roll for?
The
Is that a secret?
The charisma, it's not too much of a secret. The charisma roll is for because you guys drew a lot of attention from the cultists to see how how much like yourselves and how well they noticed you and maybe recognized you from a prior encounters with them.
Okay.
And Cordon's the one who failed that check, so they're the ones paying attention to him. So he's making insight checks and perception checks because he's noticed that they are paying a lot of attention to him since he failed his charisma check.
I'm sorry. I thought his nat 20 was a charisma for some reason. That's why I was like, oh, I thought I was supposed to do something. Never mind. Please continue.
Oh, yes. So it's going so well that even the gentleman who is transporting pottery and tends to hold up the caravan is able to travel at normal speed. When Cordon, you're leading the way, and Lai is yammering on about one thing or another about taxes and how they are the bane of his existence, and how he happens to keep multiple residences between Daggerford, Waterdeep, and Baldur's Gate, so that he doesn't really have to pay taxes in any of them as he moves his residences around from year to year, and how maybe the church could benefit from that as well. When you suddenly hear a crack as the front wagon axle of your wagon snaps and sends both you and Lai tumbling. Make a dexterity save.
Oof. Oh, great.
You can do it.
I'm so great at these. Oh!
That might be enough. You never know. Maybe it was a 10.
You are able to tumble safely to the ground.
Right.
As you hear the crack and you kind of steel yourself and throw yourself from the wagon before the structure collapses around you. Lai is not so as dexterous as you are, however, and he takes you hear a crunch as his arm breaks upon colliding with a sharp rock on the ground as he's thrown from the wagon.
Yeah, right.
As he gets up with a big gash in his arm, with some bone sticking out of it, you see he's just red in the face, and it's pretty apparent that he's not angry from pain, but just furious. That was a good wagon I paid for, Cordon. It should not have broken like that on the road. I did not get the full value of my gold for my shipping materials. I'm going to have a big discussion with my provider back in Baldur's Gate. Bogley and Ravon, because you are behind Lai's wagon, you guys come to a halt as his wagon buckles as one of the axles snap.
Oh.
Well, that's not ideal.
I'm 2 wagons behind them, I think. If I remember correctly. Like something like that.
You are one in front of him now because you're working for Newhar and Celtic.
Oh, we are. Okay. So we're just...
So you would have noticed this as well, and Newhar will halt the wagon and look around to see what's holding up the caravan.
Looks like, let's see. Yeah, you know what? Looks like, someone's had a bit of a tumble. And I'll jump out and, I'll turn to Newhar and say, I'll be right back. Maybe I can provide some first aid.
Yes, please do.
And I'll go over to the wagon to Lai, and I would like to make a medicine check to see if I can give him a nice splint. Actually, does cure wounds mend bone?
It does not mend a grievous injury like that. It's more for
Like cuts
Uh,
and
Cuts and stabbings.
okay.
I suppose it would probably work if we. It might work if we reset the bone and then used it. Because otherwise, if we just healed, it would probably just seal up. I would think it would just, try to close up the wound sticking out in his arm. It'll still be fucking 90 degrees in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I think that works. If both of you are going to give him some attention, you can both make medicine checks together.
Sure.
Yeah, might as well.
13.
Oh, do a medicine. Okay, I'm smart.
All right.
Wow.
You two working together are able to set Lai's bone, and then Ravan performs a cure wound spell, and you can hear the bone knitting itself back together as the break is set properly, and Lai's arm is good as new.
Probably better.
Gordon, take a point of inspiration for that idea.
Ooh. That's a big deal. Inspiration. It should be on a character sheet.
Yep, just looking.
So what inspiration does is they're points you accumulate, and you can spend them to re-roll any d20 roll that you make.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, I have.
I was going to comment that he probably heal fine with a good berry, but I was muted, so my incredible insight was missed.
I was going to mention your mouth was moving, but no sound was coming.
No,
out.
I know. I'm aware. You probably shouldn't mention that to me because what I've got to say isn't important.
Oh, nonsense! You are a valued party member.
Sure. Hey.
Mage man.
Well, I will thank both of you for you, and kind of looks at his arm in astonishment as he's able to move it freely without any pain. I've gotten my money, more than my money's worth from you, Gordon. You're a good man, and this human friend of yours here, he says, looking at Ravan, he has done more for me so far than any human I've ever met has. Well, aside from the ones who I've made a good bargain off of course.
I'll show up at the word bargain.
You're very welcome.
I don't know how much of the voice I can do just because I got a little bit of a scratch in my throat. So
Oh,
Well, it's the Rona.
yeah, probably, or the allergies.
Ha ha ha! The great Bogley can repair this wagon as good as new. All it will cost is it's in the fine print. Yeah. So I'll do some magic wibbly wobbliness on the cart. Do some mending.
It looks like the magic is doing its best to repair the wagon axle, but the overall weight of the wagon and the goods it carries within, with buckling the broken axle, doesn't look like it's good enough. However, Bogley, you believe that if two strong young adventurers held up the wagon from either side to support the axle in its proper position, then your mending spell could restore the axle good as new.
Mortals, I request assistance.
In what?
Exactly how heavy is that? Because
You guys can make strength checks.
I'm a big old strong boy.
Oh, I am not a big old strong boy.
You are a big old strong boy.
15, apparently. Yeah. My goodness.
Oh, that's even
You're
stronger.
both big old strong boys. With grunts, you feel the testosterone flowing through your body as your muscles bulge and you lift up the wagon with all the goods inside and hold it in place. Gordon,
the only
recalling
thing-
that Lai sleeps on a pile of money, realize that this is quite a heavy load the wagon is bearing.
Oh my.
That's right.
And you are able to hold it in place as Bogley mends the wagon axle back to good as new.
Ah. Well, I serve very interesting masters this millennia. Very powerful.
How old are you again?
Well, in Isle Oblivion, we don't count years by the way you mortals do. But I ponder about, several million years in your... What's my character sheet? Probably like 1,000.
Something like that. You're from a world known as the Elder Scrolls on Oblivion Island, so no
Yes.
wonder you're
I think I wrote it down. Hold on. 9,000 years old. Okay. That's,
over 9,000. Perfect.
that's accurate. Yes, several million years.
I will thank both Ravon and Bogley profusely. Corden, this is probably the most gratitude or high praise you've heard from him for anyone up to this point. As he praises their selflessness and willingness to leap to his defense, and he promises them both a small reward at the end of the journey for helping him out.
Wow.
A unique display of generosity.
What a nice guy.
He's all right.
After
At
that,
least he's not a lecherous weirdo.
well, Lecherous Leader is dead.
He is very dead.
Oh no.
Extra dead.
Now, you two, Ravon and Demon, be gone with you. He'll shoo you
Oh.
away. We should get back on the road. Time is money.
I just want to correct you. Small correction. It's a devil, actually. Large distinction. I can go over it, but
It's a large distinction. I now regret having you fix my wagon, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. And if everyone goes back to their wagons and gets ready, then Lai will continue on the
Absolutely.
journey without any further interruption.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
When you rest for that night, and you guys kind of meet up to kind of talk about the events of the day, the rock gnome who joined the group at Daggerfall will come over to all of you as you're kind of eating your food. And she'll kind of grab the bowl of soup that Corden is eating. She just kind of walks over without introducing herself, and she puts her fingers to her lips. She pulls out a small dagger and starts poking through Corden's soup. The gnome lifts it out and shows you a broth-smeared object resembling a tiny bead. She glances over her shoulder toward where the cultists sit at their dinner. It's a sliver of bone, she whispers, curled into a circle, so you can swallow it in a mouthful of gruel without noticing. Once eaten, it slowly uncurls inside you, exposing a needle that points and pierces your guts and kills you slowly. I suspect they're in all your dinners. She gets
Wow.
up and walks away, and she adds, "Let's talk tomorrow morning."
Ravon will blink a couple times, and he's gonna look through his soup.
Make an investigation check.
All right.
I'll give her a quiet nod.
Oh no.
You look through and you see a couple of things that resemble what she was talking about with Incordon soup. They definitely look like they might be those bone slivers that she was talking about.
Well, I am definitely going to pretend to eat my soup. You know, like any really bad rom-com that has a soup eating scene where they go num num num, and then when someone's looking away, they throw it in like a potted plant or something.
I'm just going to remind you of a really, really good ranger spell right now.
Is it good berry?
Detect poison.
Yeah, I don't have that memorized though. Is that well? it might
But
be
no,
a
if you
cantrip.
had good berry, that'd be great too. You know, you could actually eat your meal.
That's yeah. I actually I don't know if that is I think that's a level 1 spell. Actually, I think I'd have to memorize that.
I was joking. Good berry's the answer.
How dare you? Good berries How is the answer?
If you had that, all
honestly.
of us could go without being starving.
Yeah. I mean, I do technically have it. It's just it sucks. What a waste. Anyway. Devon will at least he'll make an attempt to be stealthy about it, though. You know, it's like yum
Does that
yum.
mean roll a
But-
stealth check?
No, that means roll a deception check.
Ooh,
Oh, really?
you're
Oh,
better
geez.
at those.
Dang it! Oh no!
Because you're not trying to be
Oh
sneaky.
no!
Because you're not trying to hide the fact you're eating soup. You're trying to like
Dang
eat
it!
soup
Oh.
and make it seem like, and you're trying not to eat soup and make it seem like you are.
It's gonna be like that part in the Two Towers where Aragorn pretends to eat Eowyn's soup, and she turns around. And he's like, "Oh, I can't dump it out! Ouch!"
Well,
It's gonna be-
basically,
it's gonna
what
be good.
happens is you pull your soup up to your mouth, so trying to make an impression of slurping it down, but you're trying so hard to like be sneaky about it that you tip the bowl too far forward and spill soup all over the front of your shirt. And it becomes very clear to anyone who is watching that you ate none of it.
Ah,
I can imagine this in black and white.
It's better than
Has
a one.
this
where you would have
happened to
eaten the
you?
soup for real.
oh.
Bogley, are you doing anything with your soup?
I incinerate it with fire.
My cooking's not that bad. You hear the yell of Solstag the Pole, the big 7'5" man who was cooking tonight.
You know, it might actually have been.
Oh man.
A devil of my caliber deserves much finer cuisine.
Oh. Well, I guess I will go clean hot soup off of my shirt. Don't
Where
think
I will
there's
come
a-
over and help you with that, since you seem to need assistance with it.
You're having
Who's coming?
difficulties.
Oh, the horse lady came over
horse
to help
lady.
me.
I swear, Yvonne, sometimes need more handling than those horses I take care of.
Oh no.
More, but not nearly as much handling as some of my ex-boyfriends. She shrieks as she wrings out your shirt of soup really tightly.
Oh, she took my shirt?
Yep. She's
Oh,
wringing
no.
it out of the soup. And when you get back from her, after she got really angry and the soup dripped into the ground, it's almost completely dry.
That's very impressive.
She'll smile sweetly and say, "You need a strong hand when you take care of these horses."
So I've seen. You've definitely been a great teacher.
Oh, I'm flattered to hear you say it. I'll be honest, I don't really talk to other people much. For some reason, they find my demeanor. I feel like they find my demeanor off-putting, but I can't figure out why. I suppose maybe I talk about my personal problems too much.
That could be. Maybe you should try talking to people about horses. Talk about what you know, right?
That's true. I know horses, and I know my exes really well.
That you do.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do this evening?
Oh no, she wants to meet us tomorrow. Let me take a look at the NPC list.
Ritual sacrifice. I demand it.
coward?
Well, who would you like to
God.
ritually sacrifice?
Boy, that
Take the
long nose
bard.
guy isn't doing anything, is he?
Who?
That long nose guy?
Osrius Longnose is currently hanging out and trading stories with the Enam Toban and a couple of the other Teamsters.
I'll go see what they're doing then.
All right. As you walk over to where Lasvius Longnose is sitting, he and the other older halfling, Enam, are sitting around and enjoying their meal and having a chuckle amongst themselves. And he'll invite you to sit down and say, "Oh, Capel, come, sit yourself."
It's a rather strange name.
Well,
you heard?
humans, you're all strange to us. I'm so sorry we weren't able to take you on, young man. You've proven yourself to be quite capable.
I don't believe I know you.
Well, it's true. We never really got to know each other after I rejected your employment application for not being able to lift the hay bales, but this is as good as time as any for us to learn a bit about each other on the road.
I'm honestly sorry, but in my millennia of being on this plane, I have no recollection of you.
You hear that, Longnose? He says he's been around for a millennia. That's probably like 20 years for a human. and he'll jab Mr. Longnose in the gut with his elbow. And I'll say, "Oh, these humans and their jokes, they're so good. Would you like some good old halfling hot pot?" And he'll point to a cast iron pot full of soup with a bunch of vegetables and meat in it. They're sitting around.
Ooh. There's one thing I know. It's
It's
halfling
meat.
food, and they probably won't let anybody poison it.
Wait. You as halflings are offering me halfling to eat? This is the kind of sacrifice I'm used to.
Yes, the halfling stew is quite good. Please sit and eat with us.
The Pogli will partake.
They'll offer you a bowl of soup with what is probably beef, but Bogley's welcome to believe is halfling.
Absolutely. Sven has eaten some really weird things as Bogley. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Oh, I believe it.
Oh.
Well, Bogley, this is probably the finest humanoid meat soup we've ever had. Turns out halflings are quite good at cooking. If you only wish all your sacrifices had been this tasty.
Absolutely.
Don't we all?
The price for keeping a devil around is very steep.
These two will sit and chat you up, and they'll talk about their prior journeys on the road. Enam will mention he's been going to and from Baldur's Gate and Waterdeep for a good 40 plus years. And Lasvius Longnose will kind of poke and prod about you, and he doesn't seem to be too interested in you aside from but as much as he's interested in the treasure sword. That was the cause of so much controversy a few weeks ago.
Oh.
So what
Bogley
exactly is that?
Bogley doesn't have much to say on that, actually. He's got a lot to say on religion and magic.
Oh. Well, they're more than happy to hear about that, too. Longnose in particular is,
And
well, it seems like he's eating up any information.
he also goes into depth on the politics of Isle Oblivion, which he's the sole resident of.
Longnose will say, speaking of politics, those strange fellows with all that treasure in their wagon, they've been acting pretty weird. They've been giving me these weird looks, and I've noticed them giving other people some weird looks too. So it makes me wonder what kind of secrets they're keeping.
No, what's in this stew?
Maybe I'll do you know anything about these guys, or where they came from, where they're going?
My current masters seem to have knowledge of them, but I am yet to be informed.
So Acrony would have known. So maybe he told Lena a little bit about it.
I don't know this acronym.
I'll have to talk with her later.
My current masters are a strange elf named Ravan and a dwarf named Corden.
That guy's an elf? I thought he was a human. He hid that pretty well. Interesting.
Dang it.
Tell me about this Corden fellow.
Well, it's rather strange to me, where he serves a good god, but then he summons a devil.
Someone's a devil, eh? Fascinating. Well, it's very generous you tell me all this, Mr. Whoever you are.
Bogley. Devil Bogley.
Mr. Bogley? Yes, whatever you want to be called.
My eyes are just glinting red the whole time. It's normal looking. Oh, also, by the way, for reference, you know that the blanket I took from the inn and draped around myself? That's been my only clothing for like the past couple weeks.
Oh no.
I'm still wearing it.
It is at this point Bogley notices that the noses of a lot of the gnomes have kind of been crinkled this whole time.
Well, surely he's taken a shower, right? Maybe washed the bedsheet a couple times? Or is that asking a lot? That's a mighty ask, isn't it?
He does a prestidigitation magic to make a nice smell.
Oh, all right.
That's
In that case, they think you smell quite nice. After about an hour of you staying chatting with these guys, the hot pot's all gone and all the halflings were quite satisfied. And they're like, well, we're going to turn in. Got an early start tomorrow. But thank you for sitting and chatting with us. It was some fascinating things you told me about.
Yes, surely he did not reveal.
Bogley will get up and leave.
All right. Is there anything that Corden would like to do tonight?
I think I'll just pop by for a quick drink, with the homie. And I'm not going to stay and speak too much, but I'm just going to kind of quietly mention found in my food.
Okay.
And that he might want to make sure he keeps an eye out on his wares, should they decide they want to get should they decide they want to commit the greatest crime against a dwarf kind, which is poisoning and ruining beer.
He'll
That beer
thank
was
you very
considered
much for the
poison.
warning, and he'll become quite serious and say, I pride myself on the quality of my wares, and I'll be keeping an eye on it. At the very least, doing a taste test before I crack open each keg to see if it's been tampered with. Even if there's something nasty in it, I'll inspect each drink I pour for these bone slivers you spoke of.
Who knows what else of nastiness they'll come up with.
Oh boy, I'll tell you, I'll be happy when we arrive in Waterdeep and we'll leave those nasty folk behind. He'll pour Corden a mug of nice stout ale on the house, and the house being Lie's tab.
I don't know how much I'll be able to. I don't know how much visiting I'll be able to do, lest I put you at risk. Who knows what those bastards will try to mess. Who knows what those bastards will try to pull on anybody you're associating with.
Well, if that's the case, maybe it's better that I as part of this scheme we cooked up, and he'll drop his voice to a whisper, how about I start going over to them with a free keg of beer every night, just to kind of soften them up, so that when you guys do the plan, by the time I'm going over there with beer, it's like clockwork to them.
Hey. If you can spare it, that might be a good idea.
Well, I can't spare it, but your employer can.
Oh,
He'll help us out in
boy.
his own way.
He is a generous man once you know him.
Aye,
I say with a little wink.
to generosity then, eh, Gordon? And he'll clink his mug up against yours.
okay, how many conspirators are we at now? We got like what 8 oceans at this point? We're almost there.
Well,
We're
Henry,
almost
can
there.
you name them all?
It's tricky. There's our 4 party members, of course. There's Bade. We got what's the gnome's name? We got the gnome.
We got the female dwarf.
No, if no one ever gave you guys
We
his
got the
name.
female dwarf.
He never gave us his name.
That's true.
John has his suspicions about that.
So there's 7, and now we got Ocean's 8. We got the dwarf who's funding the whole thing, except he doesn't know
He's the
it.
financier, yes.
The secret financier.
Oh boy.
So you have So you have 2 half elves, 3 doors with Gordon. Are you the only human who's in on this scheme, Mr. Bogley?
I'm pretty sure Paul's a human, right?
Oh, that's right. Paul's a human. That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
Oh, and you have that. Maybe have this other thing. All right.
I don't know if Bogley's human. He's got light aversion.
So, is there anything else anyone wants to do tonight?
I don't think so. I think I'll just spend the night with my employers.
Okay. They'll spend some time chatting with you and helping you brush up on your Elven Sign Language.
Cool.
All right. If we roll over to the next day, the rock gnome will come to each of you in where you're sleeping, and quietly awaken each of you, without awakening your respective employers. Everyone can make insight check about this, and Ravon, you can do this with advantage.
Okay. Oh, whoops! I already did one. Yeah.
Well, we'll take the 17.
17.
Since you rolled that twice. Well, at the very least, Ravon, from the way that she kind of approached the wagon without you noticing her until she had awoken you, and the fact she's able to do this without alerting your employer in the morning, kind of tells you that this is a rock gnome who is very talented in the arts of stealth, at the very least, and who knows what she's doing.
Okay.
Ocean's 9.
Slightly sus, but she did save our life, so I will reserve my sus for later.
After gathering all together, she'll sit herself down on a rock in a clearing a fair ways away from the caravan, and she'll just say that she'll introduce herself as Gemna Gleamsilver, and she gets right to the point. We don't work for the same people, but we're all on the same side. We share a belief that the cult of the dragon must be stopped. I need to know what they're carrying in those wagons and where they're taking it. Will you help me find out? We can do it tonight.
First of all, what group are you? You obviously know about us. Why would we trust you when we don't know basic information about you? You are
She'll
very
cross her arms and glare.
sneaking.
Crossing her arms and glaring at you, she says, I need more information before I can divulge if I am indeed part of any group.
You did just say that you were in a different group. I think that's confirmation enough.
She'll give you a wry smile and say, well played, sir. Well, until I know I can trust you, I will reserve any information about my affiliation for now.
I mean, at this point, how many groups want to stop them? Because we're part of 2.
Yeah.
We haven't talked to one of them in a while, though.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Yes. Yeah. No, we keep forgetting about that. Who's got the glass or the mirror?
Corden?
I think Corden does.
I think he got all the gifts because he was super respectful and not talkative.
Yeah.
It's true.
Maybe he's been contacting her in secret.
Oh, what a sneaky little boy.
Very
Yeah,
suspicious.
totally. Definitely remember to do that. Just to plot behind your back.
Typical cleric.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
I'm
that's
telling John this whole time, just don't trust Corden.
Typical dwarf. But Ravon will just kind of give her a fairly neutral, nonplussed look and just kind of fold his arms. I guess, just go on.
Do you know anything about what they're carrying?
As far as we can tell, they are carrying religious relics, at least some of them. One of their crates spilled open. They are currently carrying a gauntlet of helm, something along those lines. Lots and lots of gold, jewels, massive jewels, in fact.
Interesting.
Whether or not this is all they have, we don't know. Though I would guess one holy artifact, there's probably more.
Do you have any idea where they might be taking this? I can't imagine their final destination is Waterdeep.
I don't remember if we actually know, so I'm going to just say we don't really know as of yet.
I know we're going to Waterdeep to meet a contact, but
Yeah, that's...
All right. If you guys say you aren't entirely sure, I shall say I don't know if you have noticed, but that Asbar Jost, who is with them, he is a Red Wizard of Thay, and they are certainly not to be trusted. Isn't it a little curious that a Red Wizard of Thay would align himself with these cultists that worship the dragon goddess Tiamat?
I don't remember. I don't think any of us actually knew anything about Thay when we did our checks. So I don't think we are even aware of what Thay actually is. Like, maybe vaguely aware, but as far as I know, I don't think any of us actually know anything about Thay.
No.
Or Red Wizards. So all I know is he was powerful enough to cast a suggestion on a good 25, 30 people. That man is dangerous. There's no doubt about that.
It does require quite a bit of power, and it should be something of concern to adventurers such as yourself, as if you are able to gauge his power level.
However, none of us have ever heard of Thay or Red Wizards. We're not entirely sure what that entails.
can I do an Arcana check on Thay?
You can do an Arcana
Or
check
a
on
religion,
Thay.
something?
Arcana will do it. Arcana or history.
Ooh,
New character, new knowledge.
good stuff.
All right, so Fae is something you would know quite a bit about, Bogley, especially since you are from the Isle of Oblivion. The land of Fae is currently under the control of nasty, evil Lich, who drove out a lot of the populace and has caused tensions along the border. For now, that Lich seems content to rule the land of Fae, but a number of people have just simply fled Fae without wanting to live there. The red lizards of Fae are particularly evil creatures who sometimes align themselves with this Lich and do his bidding, trying to influence things in other realms. But sometimes they just take that power and use it for themselves and then flee the Lich's service. The Lich in particular is known as Szaz Tam. It is not entirely strange to see Thayans in the Sword Coast in particular, as a fair number of them are indeed refugees.
So that fits this guy's MO to a T pretty much. Got that stolen power and then ran away.
Posted pictures of both the female rock gnome Jan the Gloomsilver and Asbar and Jose in the gallery. Is there anything else any of you know about what the cultists have been doing or planning? And Ravon, you can kind of tell she's ignoring you since you don't seem too cooperative, and is specifically asking Corden and Bogley.
That's fine.
Do we know anything of what the cultists are planning?
What did our dear lady tell us? Because I think she went into a bit of detail. That blue dragon.
We'll remind you guys since it's been a while.
Something about Tiamat and how.
Yeah, they plan to bring Tiamat back into the material plane to rule over it, and during that time, she will unleash a horde of chromatic dragons to each take their own domain. The blue dragon, you guys are cooperating with, we'll say, is doing so because she kind of likes her own niche in the world that she's carved out for herself, and believes that if Tiamat comes in, she can be like upset or have a smaller domain when she comes through. So she wants Tiamat not to come through for her purely self-interest.
And we agreed purely out of self-interest as well.
Yeah, not dying was
Not
pretty
dying.
good self-interest.
I too like to be alive.
So I imagine we explain all that, or Corden does.
Lenathon is the name of the blue dragon in question. Is that something you guys are willing to share with her, or no?
I got no say. I wasn't there.
Well, I mean, it's information that people working against the cultists probably would benefit from knowing.
But we don't even know this person isn't a cultist.
Well, that's true. Well, we'll be a little sly about it, and I guess we'll kind of say that we suspect that it has something to do with Unleashed Dragon depends on the world, but not sure. Yeah.
Well, anyone knows about the cult of the dragon worships dragons and wants them to be the rulers of the world. That's not new information to me. Is there anything else you know? I do believe tonight would be the perfect time to
But why tonight?
sneak into their wagons and learn. Why tonight? Because tonight is the first day before the journey sets out. They're going to be exhausted and resting before we sit on the final leg of the journey from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep.
They perfectly expect something like this. They've had their eyes peeled every day.
They'll be expecting something from you, but they won't be expecting anything from me. That's why you would be a pivotal part of my plan.
So you wish to sacrifice us so that you can get more information for your cause.
I expect us to get information for all of our causes, since all of us are interested in stopping the cult of the dragon. Alternatively, if you have your own plan, I would be interested in hearing what you have cooked up.
How do we know we can trust you? You could have set up that little stunt yesterday to try and gain our trust.
I could have. But, and she'll ask you and Ravon, did you not also find your own bone slivers in your food, ready to pierce your guts and lay you dead?
I certainly looked.
I trust none but my innate magical power.
Unfortunately, in the process of looking, I could not find any. I saw some things that might have been.
Did you drink the soup?
I did not.
Well, if I had wanted you dead, then that would have been the quickest and cleanest way for you to have died. Through food poisoning in your soup, a tragic accident that no one can be blamed for.
A tragic accident that befell the four
But the
of us.
cultists wouldn't want us dead. They would want as much information as possible from us before they killed us.
Oh, I see. That's certainly why they weakened the axle on Lioncorn's wagon earlier this week. Certainly because they wanted to extract information from you before you died. Not because they want you dead as soon as possible.
Can you
Didn't really
imagine if that
think
just
that
killed
that
Corbin?
shattered by itself.
Can you imagine if that trap just was the end of him? Oh, their assassination attempt worked. They, oh.
Or if you had not mended the wagon with your magical prowess, then we would have been forced to stop the caravan for a few days for repairs, and the cultists could have taken any action they wanted during that time. No, I do not believe they want you alive for information. They consider you a hazard and want you all dead.
Once again, this could all be an act. I am not seeing any valuable evidence from you that we should implicitly trust you. I see trusting you as a liability and a large risk.
Do you all feel this way? And she'll look at Ravon and Corden.
Well, anybody that saves me from being killed by a bowl of soup is not too bad in my book, and And besides, even if you are a cultist trap, that'll just give us an excuse to crack some heads.
Hmm.
When you are all killed and I'm returned to Isle Oblivion, my home, we'll see who was right.
What say you, Ravon?
I have my misgivings, but in the interest of getting this over with, and hopefully not attracting too much more attention, I'd like this to get done as soon as possible. Very well.
So is that a 2v1 for
I think so.
all right.
Was I cutting out?
No, you were. You guys were just role playing your responses, not saying yes and no. So I'm just making sure.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that was a yes.
Okay. She'll give a smile and Bogley. Only you kind of see her like give you like a big smirk as she addresses the rest of the party. All right, I'll contact you later in the day with how we will do this.
I just want to give the party really important stuff that, like, when Bogley dies, he does return to his island. Just so you know, like, he's actually immortal. So
Oh.
he's pretty safe. You guys are screwed though.
Oh. You don't mind.
Do you guys plan to bring her in on your own scheme, or are you going to go along with what she has planned?
I say we keep our scheme private. It's just like that's. I trust this person zero. So
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Let's see. What time is it?
It's about 4 in the morning. She woke you guys up really early.
Okay. Is this just are we just the caravan is moving today, right? Or not?
This is the rest day.
Oh, it is the rest day. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Who haven't I talked to yet?
we do have one last chance to get a contingency plan going right now. I think we should recruit the giant for today's little. What's the word for it?
We're expanding
Backstabbing?
our party. Yeah. Oh boy.
Anyone else like that idea?
Sure, why not? Though he is kind of loud and big.
We don't need him for the plan. We need him for the counter plan.
Right.
For when
In
things.
case
Yeah.
things go bad. Yeah.
Yes. Tits up, I think, is the expression.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Who wants to talk to him? I shouldn't.
Oh man.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Good excuse.
Yeah.
Ravon, you're due for a bad roll. You've rolled tons of amazing rolls here.
You say that, but
Just scroll up.
I mean, it's definitely, yeah, sure. Oh boy. All right.
That, and I've talked to this guy in the past, and it didn't go well. I think he ended up nearly killing me.
I mean, but he was like, you were a good fight.
You were an idiot, and yeah.
Oh well. Fine, I'll go up and talk to him. Though I don't know how good I will be at convincing someone to join us.
Are you guys done with your conversation with the rock gnome?
I think
We're having
so.
all this in front of her. It's okay.
Oh,
No,
Okay, sure.
yeah, we're done with her, I think. She gave her little smile, her little chuckle, and then kind of just, I don't know, phased through the wall or something.
well, she'll tell you that she'll contact you later in the day with a plan, and she'll kind of saunter off, and all of you kind of hear her in a sing-song voice going, how does the harp play this night, plucked with strings made of silver? And as she saunters off into the night.
She knows too much. We have to kill her. I was waiting for someone else to do the harp line. I couldn't do it because obvious reasons, but
Yeah, well.
no. We got to recruit the giant for when things go ugly. That's Bogley's idea, at least. Is he possible to find?
Yeah, he's pretty easy to find. You can't miss him. You see him kind of practicing some swings with his pole arm in the morning.
Let's see.
Bogley has a faint memory of fighting a giant with a pole arm. It must have been in 300 years ago or something.
Make a insight check.
Both of us? Me and Ravon are
No,
together.
Both of you then, but you'll have disadvantage probably.
Okay.
Take a 10.
13.
There's some thunder.
All right. So both of you know that you kind of had an idea already from when you had a encounter with Sven, but this guy is certainly the seasoned warrior who knows what he's doing.
Okay, well. I guess yeah, let's approach him. Scarsdale.
I'm very curious. Who's wearing more, me or him?
You are.
Oh, okay.
He's just wearing that dumb thing the boys wear in Mulan when they go do their naked training.
I had a feeling, but I wasn't just gonna assume. I've got a blanket on, so I'm not doing too great myself. But
as you both approach, he's doing his training with his polearm, and he does a thrust that misses you, Bogley, by an inch. And you both know, based on your earlier insight checks, that was deliberate. And you're just showing off how skilled he is. He'll let out a booming laugh as you approach him and say, "Oh, what business do you have with me this morning?"
Well, I'll cut right to the point. Warrior like you like to fight. You like to show off, yes. Perhaps.
it's going so well already.
Yeah, you chose the guy with
Keep
no
going, keep
charisma
going,
to
keep
talk
going.
to him, so,
You got this.
Perhaps perhaps you'd be interested in
Okay.
a bit of backup.
I don't need backup.
Would you be interested in being the backup?
He'll sling his polearm over his shoulder as you say that. Well, who am I backing up here exactly?
Things might get rather violent and abhorrent with our neighbors, those oddities in the other caravan, and we are looking for you to be the one to save the day when things happen.
He'll swing his polearm around and he'll swing down its pointed end in front of Bogley's face. And why should I help you out? I saw what you did to my soup the other day, both of you. Spilled it and incinerated it, and the dwarf didn't even finish his. I spent a lot of time cooking that stuff. I'm not fond of cooking, but I am at least proud of the work I do.
Why?
If you both of you will have to make persuasion with disadvantage if you want me to help you out.
Oh boy! All right, let's
I
do it.
I easily pass.
I definitely fail. The biggest of failures.
Unfortunately, he waves you both off.
Yeah, that was a disaster. Very well. Your loss.
Oh, I did not think that is my loss. That much is obvious. And he'll go back to training.
Oh, unmitigated disaster.
I have no idea why none of you mentioned the fact that people tried to mess with his soup, but whatever.
Well, I mean, that would have been part of my persuasion, but I did not roll very well. He wouldn't have believed me.
No. Oh, someone fucked with your soup.
Yeah.
A likely story.
See, if we said that, though, we wouldn't have been at the disadvantage we were at. But
Yeah. Well, maybe not.
no, Bogley didn't want to eat it anyway. Like before he found it was contaminated, it looked a little not to his taste.
Food is food.
He has the finest chefs on Isle Oblivion.
Oh, absolutely.
Resident 1.
Courtney, is there anything you'd like to do while these two went off to go and recruit Skarsdag
Successfully.
for the gang? If you also went with them to try and do that, you also get a disadvantage attempt or a persuasion attempt. There it is. That's the skill.
Perception.
I'm making sure I lay low a little bit because so I know that they've been watching and they might be too much of a risk to be spending a lot of time interacting with.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
So you're just gonna maybe hang out around your wagon doing normal things as part of your job without drawing too much attention to yourself.
yep.
Certainly.
As you do that, Lai will actually speak to you and say that Gordon, that Bade Sekpol, the ale merchant, he's been quite friendly with me over the past few days, even offering me complimentary mugs of his ale. I've never seen quite such reckless
Complimentary.
business sense before. I don't know what I did to win his attentions, but I must say, if he keeps doing that, he'll go bankrupt.
So he just said he was giving it to the cultists, right?
Yes, he's gonna give whenever you guys enact your personal plan, he's been giving his kegs of beer to the cultists. He's gonna start doing that
But
every
why did
evening.
Lai get some?
Why did he get some?
There's some questions going through. The, I don't know, whatever my character's name is, Bogley's head.
Bogley.
Who's not there, of course, but is listening with his ear on the door. So I don't know.
Sure, Bogley. You notice that Bade is getting free beer from Lai along with the cultists. They aren't hanging out in a group, but Bade pours Lai a free mug of ale before he goes over to give the rest of the cake to the cultists.
Very suspicious.
You can interpret that as you will.
Don't really think I have anything else to go off of for it. That's I'm going to interpret it however I will. Yes. Can I send a message to my my two companions
You can.
about what I saw? Okay, I send a magic message.
Use the spell message.
Yes, I do.
What does that do?
Let's see. I think it's a it's quite a cool spell, really. Let me. Well, the range is 120 feet. Point your
All right.
finger toward a creature within range, and whisper a message. The target and only the target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
What is the message you're sending to Corden and Ravon? Does it have that dumb 24 word limitation?
I don't know, but
That it didn't
most of that is going to
I think
be.
it does.
I don't think I saw anything about that. I think it just said.
Oh, really?
Let me pull that up again.
Maybe that's a 3.5 thing.
I think that was a 3.5 thing. They have a lot of bad rules like that in this edition.
I mean, if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier, beyond like a solid object, you can, like 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, etc. It can still work, and it doesn't have to be a straight line. So if I know generally where they are on the card, I can kind of just point at them and send the message. But yeah, there's no word limit.
Great. So what's the message you're going to send these two?
Masters, this is your devil speaking to you through telepathy. The dwarf is receiving what's the word for it? I'm blanking here.
Cunnilingus.
Whatever.
Oh.
It's just beers from
Oh.
from the dwarf or from the half elf. Even though he said he was going to give it to the cultists.
Yes.
So I was trying to think of a Bogley word for that, but I couldn't.
Spirits?
No.
He wouldn't say the dwarf gave his spirit to the elf.
No, I don't think he would. You get the point. I sent that to you guys, and yeah, you guys could respond if you want to, but
Yes, Corden and Ravon, you have the chance to respond mentally with a message to Bogley.
either that or maybe like it's really, really hot outside and you're having this weird fever where you think your weird sidekick is talking to you in your head.
Okay, what is the... Okay, run the message by me again one more time.
Essentially, it boils down to the dwarf is getting mead or spirits or whatever from the half elf, even though the half elf said he was giving it to the cultists.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Very suspicious. Please reply.
Let's see. I knew we couldn't trust him. I think we should chat with him tonight. Or not even tonight, actually. Because tonight would be too late. Unless we're... Okay, so... But the plan tonight, are we still involving all of our co-conspirators?
No.
No, okay. That's
The whole idea of doing things separately was to like,
just,
not put them at risk.
Right, okay. Yeah. Perhaps we should make sure he's incapacitated tonight. Not lethally.
You're going to get another message in your head, Ravan. I think we may have things the other way around. What did he put in the drink?
Hmm. A good question.
I'll send that to Corden as well. Corden, do you respond to these mental mind messages?
The beer's been being given to Lai.
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke around our wagon and see what exactly is going on.
All right. Is there anything you're looking for specifically? Or just kind of a general look-see for anything that could be suspicious?
I mentioned to him that the drink might have been tampered with as well. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it, in the last, week. Or night, I should say.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what's going on. See if I can see where the beer's gone to. See if I can't. See if maybe Lai has anything to say.
All right.
What's been going on?
All right.
His lad drank everything he's gotten.
From anyone who's observing him, looks like he is certainly nursing his drink, but he's certainly not shy about drinking it.
Hmm.
I don't think I got detect poison.
I think we can look here.
Corden, are you going to be kind of checking out what Bane's doing, or Lai?
Well, I'm gonna poke around our wagon and maybe speak with Lai first, just because I need to ensure that really kind of figure out what exactly has been happening, since I thought we were going to be delivering some to the cultists.
Lion Bates wagons
you're not trying to be stealthy about them. They are direct. They are next to each other in terms of the caravan order.
Could I be between them with a radius of 30 feet? Is that? Are they that
It's a
close?
rest day. You can do whatever you want.
But are they that close to each other?
Definitely today, because they circle up
Okay.
on the rest days. So there are multiple wagons within 30 feet of each other.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic, which should give me a radius of about 30 feet.
All right.
Does it give you specifics, or is it?
If
It
I
just kind of tells you something's going with a magical aura.
Okay.
So there's obviously magic coming from Corden and Ravan. You notice magic coming from Leda. It looks like her sword is glowing as well. You don't sense any magical aura coming from Lai's wagon. You do sense something magic coming off of Selvik, who is the mute health that Ravon's working for. There seems to be some sort of ring he's wearing that gives off an aura.
But nothing.
The pole arm that Skarsdag wields has magic coming off of it. But for Lai's wagon especially, and Bade's wagon, you don't detect anything. You do detect some magic, and it's coming from the gnome.
Okay,
in the
but
in the back of Bade's wagon right now.
Nothing untoward on either Lai or Bade's person. Okay,
No.
that's what I was really after. But
Make an Arcana check. All right.
not ideal.
Yep. That's all you know is your detect magic skill.
Okay. Sorry for that interruption, Seth. Now you can kind of do whatever you're trying to do.
Well, so my finding, I'm able to find like barrels of beer, the kegs that we thought we were going to be given to going to be going over to the cultists, or
And you're just investigating Lai's wagon right now, right?
Lai's wagon right now. Yeah.
All right. Roll an investigation check.
All right.
And I don't believe you're trying to be stealthy right now about it, since you kind of work for this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right. You kind of dig around his wagon. You don't find any kegs of beer. It seems like what he got for ale from Bade looks like it was just that single mug. But you go about investigating. You're pulling open drawers, maybe looking for something that would link Lai to the cultist or point towards any untoward activity he's doing. You do find a letter with a broken wax seal that he has stashed away in a drawer in his wagon. You're welcome to open it and read it if you wish.
yeah, sure. I can read.
All right. As you lead through the wagon, it looks like it's a big contract that Lai has scored with someone named Ser Gedwin of a Lord of Waterdeep to sell fine cooking spices to enhance the noble palate. And it looks like you don't know numbers too well, but it looks spice. They'll get addicted to it. It looks like Gedwin. Yeah, the Gedwin you've been traveling with is going to be Moed Deeb. That's going to be great. But it looks like it's just a very lucrative contract that will earn like quite a bit of money if he manages to get this cargo to Waterdeep intact.
That is important. Well, good to know we'll be making a lot of money off of this, and he'll be able to pay off all the beer I've drank.
Almost.
Oh boy.
Other than that letter, you don't find anything else untoward.
Is there a way I can respond to, or has the time passed? to
You
respond
gotta
to
do it right after. You missed
Yeah.
your shot.
Yeah. An investigation check generally takes about 10 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I figured that would be the case. Just curious.
I'm gonna make my way over there, and kind of observe him Insight check? Maybe?
Oh, once again, lie's not the one I was concerned about. That's what I said in my last message.
Yeah.
Who are you inciting?
I would. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. No, I would like to kind of watch Bade. What's he up to?
Bate has brought a keg of ale over to the cultists and is just kind of doing a whole used car salesman type of thing. You can hear him hawking up how this is the finest ale ever to make the trip from Baldur's to Waterdeep, and I want to make sure good camaraderie is with all of us. And he'll knock out the stopper on the keg and start pulling each of the somewhat bewildered cultists each mug of ale, saying it's all on the house. So let bygones be bygones, and good times on the road for this last leg of the journey.
So he is giving the mail.
He is. But why did he give the dwarf ale? You know, the guy whose cart has been sabotaged, who's
Yeah.
it's been injured multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, why would he possibly give that poor guy a drink?
He's not poor. How dare you make it fired for that comment?
I'm gonna wait till Bade kind of starts walking back, and I would like to tail him as best as. I mean, I don't know if there's any such thing as tailing.
Sure,
since
that's
we're all in.
called tracking in other editions.
Yeah, I'll track him.
You're trying to be stealthy about this, right?
I am.
You don't want him to know you're watching you. You're watching him.
Yeah, I would. Though I suppose it wouldn't be odd, since we did have the pretense of a deal. But yeah, I
And you're
will try
welcome
to be stealthy.
You could join me under my cloak of darkness.
Oh, can I?
Well, I cast darkness.
Well, that might be
There's just this.
Did you cast dark?
suspicious.
When I'm wandering around through the day.
But you don't know. You're in the darkness.
Yes. Oh no, actually, I do know because I have dark vision.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
There's
it's a devil trait.
To Orden classic technique there.
Yes.
All right.
As I said earlier, Bogley is light sensitive, so.
Yeah, I will try to be stealthy, I think.
Make your stealth check. All right. You don't. Bade does not appear to notice you as you just kind of follow him. After he takes about an hour, 2 hours, just kind of pouring out beer for the cultists, he'll return to his wagon with an empty keg. You will notice, Ravon, that Asbara Jost did not partake in the beer. In fact, you didn't even see him with the cultists as it was being poured out.
Okay. That could be trouble. What's Bade up to right now? Is he just kind of doing his thing?
You're just doing his thing.
Okay. I will break trees or anything nearby.
Oh yeah, there are a couple.
I will kind of go up in a comfortable nook in a tree and observe him for a while. See
All
if need to roll anything for that or not.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Your passive investigation and perception are good enough for this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of stake him out for a while until let's see if he does anything odd. What time is it now? It's probably been a couple hours.
About noon.
Oh, noon. Okay. Yeah. I'll keep watching him for a couple hours, see if he does anything.
Time, is there anything Corden or Bogley would like to do?
Yeah, I'm not much one stealth, and so I kind of need to keep. I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on bit of an eye on the cultists, just kind of at a distance. I know if I need to wait for. I'm gonna make sure that I'm ready to react should anything exciting occur.
All right.
But it's important, making sure that somebody outside of the action at the moment can intervene should things go tits up.
I'm gonna go interview the nameless gnome who was in the in Bade's wagon.
All right.
See if I can pull him away from the wagon for a bit.
He's certainly hanging out in the wagon. You don't see Chad Stacy or Chonkers around right now.
But Bade's there.
He's not playing games with them. Bade is there, but it looks like he's mostly managing his inventory and counting kegs.
I'm gonna pull this guy away. Does he comply or no?
He'll kind of give you a confused look, and yeah, he'll follow you.
It's very important. No, I just want him away from Bade. I want to ask him about what Bade has been up to the past day, or if he noticed anything funny around lunchtime yesterday.
All right. He'll as you pull him away, and when you're fairly decent away from the wagon, say, "So, what you want with me? See, I was taking my time to relax and figure out some card tricks so I can get that."
Well, I was pondering if you
three
could,
goofballs.
if you would elucidate me on what your companion Bade has been up to.
Elucidate? You like those big words, don't you?
Well, it's in my character sheet. It says use big words, and I only know a few.
Use facetious.
No, I still can't say that word.
Well, I ain't paying too much attention to what he's doing. I'm too busy with my own plans and trying to figure out how I'm going to help you guys out.
You didn't
Is that
see
going to go down tonight?
Did you see anything funny
I saw him
yesterday?
give it. I didn't see anything too funny yesterday. I saw Bade giving a keg of beer to those cultists, though. Are we going to do the plan tonight?
No. That's not tonight. It's if anything crazy happens tonight, it won't involve us. But I'm trying to get into character
I
here.
see.
Did you see anything funny about when he gave the ale? He poured a glass for our friend Lai, the dwarf.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Well,
Is there something suspicious about it?
Lai's been a continuous target of the cultists' plans. Did you not see the wagon break down?
Yeah, he had a bad axle.
You know that axle wasn't bad. It was in pristine condition.
Maybe. I may have heard some sawing in the middle of the night a few nights ago, but that wasn't my business.
And it wasn't Bade. Bade was with the... He was running the wagon the whole time?
Well, I will tell you that was amazing. I could hear anything over that guy snoring. Competing with Chonkers to be the loudest sleeper I ever did hear.
The plan isn't tonight, and that's all you need to know. We're there will be no what's the word? I really suck at big words. I need to delete that from my character sheet. Hold on, I need to delete my character sheet. Just play one character. Anyway, I'm done with him. I shoo him away.
Hey, if you're gonna pull me away from my restfulness, you might as well have a good reason for it next time. He'll shout at you with irritation as you shoo him away.
It's Bogley's in public wearing nothing but a blanket. He doesn't care.
During this time, Ravan, you'll be approached by Jamna Gleamsilver in your tree.
Oh, okay.
You're keeping an eye on Bade when you hear a voice from above you saying, "What I need you guys to do tonight is just keep that red wizard busy. That's all I need." And you'll look up and you'll see that she's looking down at you from a higher perch in the tree.
Oh,
Oh, what a power move!
it's a
Oh.
dominance thing right here. This
Oh,
She's gonna come down and slap you in the face with her pussy lips.
is. Okay. Moving forward very quickly.
oh boy. You're gonna slap. All right. Ravan resists the urge to look up, and just keeps his eyes on Bade and says, "I think we can do that. When do you need us? What signal should we watch for?"
I'll let you know. They're not going to commit to a time.
Very well.
And with that, you'll hear a rustle of leaves, and she is gone.
Very
and
good.
she will find Corden and Bogley and relay the same message to them.
Excellent.
Because you brought that up, Seth, I have to find something to show you now.
Oh no.
But yep, she will find each of you and relay that message. And the evening will continue on.
Right. Well, I'll tell her that. Yeah, I'll tell her. I'll be ready. I'll be ready to storm in should things go haywire.
Well,
But all this sneaky shit, I'm not too great. Much clinking and clanking. Oh, John, completely unrelated. You know that Fernet, that Amaro I have?
yes.
Is that, yeah, the dark liquor we tried?
Yeah.
So I've been drinking it two ways. One, I've been chasing it. I've been chasing a shot with ginger ale, and that's really good. Apparently, that's kind of what they do out in San Fran, or at least kind of Fernet and ginger ale.
Oh.
And then Argentinians mix it with Coke, and that's also really good.
Ooh. Sounds pretty decent.
It's kind of that spicy herbal, taste mixed with the kind of like vanilla and the sweetness and the vanilla from the Coke. I don't know what else he says in there. Caramel, I guess. Kind of the caramel vanilla of the Coke mixed with the really nice.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So, what's Bade doing?
He's just managing inventory right now.
Okay.
Very suspicious.
Dang it. I was hoping he'd do something suspicious by now.
He's not going to.
Well,
He already, his hands are clean. Like, if he did anything wrong, he did it already, so.
yeah. Well, I'm more hoping to see like someone walk up to him that I wouldn't expect, but I at this point I think
Capel's
he
short
does
sword
just-
appears out of nowhere and walks up to him.
Oh my god, they are different people. Yeah, I think at this point it's Ravon would just be like, all right, it's not worth it. He's obviously, he's not doing anything. So I'll jump down and prepare, I guess, or kind of just do whatever. Wait for the signal, as it were.
Yeah, get out of there, tree boy.
Man, remember that time where we weren't going to fight the Red Wizard? This is going to be great.
Yeah,
I'm ready for
we just have
this.
to distract him. We don't have to fight him.
I've got a plan.
Yeah. Do you know?
Anyway, yeah, we got anything else going on?
There's nothing else going on, unless you guys have something else you want to do.
No, I think I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in that case, let's take a 5-minute break. I will be right back.
Okay.